I'm fine. Can you hear me okay? Good. Okay.
Hey, Shirley, can you hang in this area and help me as we get...
Yep. Okay.
Be gentle. Okay, we have 5 minutes to the start. 5 minutes, ladies. Keep your bows pointed into the wind.
Good morning. I'm down here at Perez Cove, and I'll be covering the first 500 meters of the race. I'll try to give you the feeling of the energy and the franticness of a start, and also be updating you on what the weather's like down here at the start. Good morning. I'm down here in Perez Cove, and I'll be covering the first 500 meters of the race from the start to the 500-meter mark. I'll try to give you a sense of the energy, the action, the franticness of the start. I'll also update you on what's going on weather-wise. Good morning. I'm down here at Perez Cove, and I'll be covering the start through the first 500 meters of each race. I'll try to give you the action and the frantic energy that's known as the start. Good morning. We're down here at Perez Cove, and I'll be covering the start through the first 500 meters of each race. I want to show you the action and provide an account of what the frantic, sorry. Okay. Good morning. I'm down here in Perez Cove, and I'm going to be covering the first 500 meters of each race from the start to the 500-meter mark. I want to give you the action and the sense of the energy known as the start. Okay. Yep. Do it again. Good morning. I'm down here at Perez Cove, and I'll be covering the first 500 meters of each race. I'll be trying to give you the sense of the energy and the franticness of the start. Also be covering what's going on weather-wise. No problem. How you doing?
What's that?
Sit right behind me. I'll block your lane. Event number 64, women's Junior JV Petite Final, Lane 1, St. Ignatius College Prep. Lane 2, Pocock Rowing Center. Lane 3, San Diego Rowing Club. Lane 4, River City Rowing Club. Lane 5, Upper Natoma Rowing Club. And in Lane 6, Oklahoma City Rowing Club.
St. Ignatius, Pocock, San Diego Rowing, River City, Upper Natoma, Oklahoma Rowing.
The starters announcing
Attention!
the lanes. Attention.
Go!
Go. And we have the start of the first race. Weather is going to be quite a factor here. As I'm sure you can see, we've got a crosswind coming from lane 1 over to lane 6. All boats are away cleanly. Right now, it looks like the Pocock Rowing Center in lane 2 is your early leader, followed by St. Ignatius. Then out lane 4, it's River City Rowing Club. Once again, with this crosswind, it makes it a little tricky for coxswains to steer straight down the course. They'll have to anticipate, keep their bows pointed to port a little bit as they come to these open areas where the bridges are. Crews now have gone through their racing start and now shifting down into race pace. Your early leader is still the Pocock Rowing Center in lane 2, followed closely by St. Ignatius. Then out here, River City is in the 3rd position, followed by San Diego Rowing Club, then Oklahoma City and the Upper Natoma Rowing Club. Very clean rowing for the conditions, and they're actually not quite as bad as I thought they would be. The inside lanes are starting to go to the pedal a little bit now and move out on the crews in the outer lanes. And now St. Ignatius has taken the lead. They're up by about 2 seats over the Pocock Rowing Center. 3rd spot goes to lane 3, San Diego Rowing Club. 4th place is in lane 4, River City Rowing Club. And then out to lane 6 for Oklahoma City. And in 6th place right now is Upper Natoma Rowing Club. So here we are, quarter of the way done. And St. Ignatius bow breaks the 500-meter mark first. They're pretty much in the same order I mentioned earlier. St. Ignatius, Pocock, San Diego Rowing Club, River City Rowing Club, Oklahoma City, and then Upper Natoma Rowing Club.
On the far side of your screen there, St. Ignatius on the lead, drifting back to Pocock, and then to San Diego Rowing Club. River City picking up that 4th position, and then all the way on the outside to Oklahoma City and Upper Natoma. We're working on the Women's Junior JV Petite Final.
This is for positions 7 through 12 in this event. We will see the grand final of this event later in our program. These are rowers from junior programs. As you can see on your screen, the water is by no means flat. I think that'll be an understatement. These crews have a slightly lower rating. They're probably accommodating for the fact that the conditions are not best. One of the things the crews will be eager to do is not make any mistakes technically in these conditions. So the rating may come down a bit to give the rowers the chance to be clean with their blade work.
St. Ignatius on the lead, as they have been since the early going. Pocock in lane number 2 jumped off to the early lead, and then St. Ignatius caught them. And with each stroke, San Diego Rowing Club seems to be inching ever so slightly forward. Out in the middle of our course there is River City, as they have begun to move up slightly. Quickly looking at lane assignments, St. Ignatius on the lead on the right-hand side there in lane number 1 closest to the shore. San Diego Rowing Club appears to have eclipsed Pocock. Then out in lane number 4 is River City, and then trailing farther outside all the way to the left side of the screen, Oklahoma City and Upper Natoma. Oklahoma City in lane 6 and Natoma next to them to the shore side in lane number 5.
Yeah, the crews in lanes 1, 2, and 3, St. Ignatius, Pocock, and San Diego, seem to have a little bit of separation over River City in lane 4, and River City have again some separation between themselves and Upper Natoma and Oklahoma City in the outside lanes. We're seeing St. Ignatius now coming through what is probably the worst part of the course weather-wise, which is the 250 meters between the 1,000-meter mark and the 750 to go mark.
St. Ignatius has extended their lead slightly, but we certainly have a bow marker to bow marker battle between Pocock and the San Diego Rowing Club. River City continues to labor in lane number 4 in the 4th position, and all the way outside to Oklahoma City and Upper Natoma. Stroking smoothly and easily, moving out to half boat length lead there is St. Ignatius. Looks like Pocock may have nudged themselves back in front of San Diego Rowing Club, but that certainly is a stroke for stroke battle right there.
And of course, in these circumstances, the battle for supremacy between Pocock and San Diego Rowing Club is going to keep pushing them on to St. Ignatius. St. Ignatius would like to escape at this point and assert their supremacy, but it's not happening because of the ding-dong battle that's going on between Pocock and San Diego Rowing Club in 2nd place.
St. Ignatius in lane number 1 continuing to be on the lead, but they are now being even threatened a little bit by San Diego Rowing Club out there in lane number 3. San Diego Rowing apparently has passed Pocock, and then to the far outside, Oklahoma City beginning to make a little bit of a move on the outside, as we've seen in several races earlier in the program, where the outside lanes have been forgotten by the inside lane people, and all of a sudden they don't get a chance to react quickly enough to hold their position.
In lane 4, River City had to make seemed to have a slight variance in their straight line course. They were in touch with San Diego Rowing Club at that point, but I think they've just lost that momentum a little bit on the moves that they were making.
Must be straight away, otherwise you're rowing 2,100 meters rather than 2,000, and that makes your job twice as hard. St. Ignatius along the shoreline here continues to be on the lead. They are being challenged in lane number 3 by San Diego Rowing Club. Pocock has fallen back just a bit. Then River City took a run at the cruise and failed to make up much ground on the far outside Oklahoma City, and then Natoma Rowing Club will be coming down from that 5th lane and trailing in this group. On the shoreline, this is St. Ignatius. They have had the better part of it ever since about 150 meters into this race. Pocock got off to a good start, but St. Ignatius shook off a little bit slower start and are coming on strong. The real battle right now is for 2nd spot, and that would be between Pocock on the near side, shore side, and San Diego Rowing on the outside. This is St. Ignatius continuing to be on the lead. We'll take a close look at San Diego Rowing and Pocock in the 2nd position. Pocock just barely ahead. San Diego Rowing and Pocock battling it out as St. Ignatius comes across to be the top dog here in the women's junior JV Petite final. Pocock did finally fight off San Diego Rowing and appears to be in 2nd spot. Then we're going to look back at River City. A very close contest out there on the outside. Upper Natoma finally kicks it in and gets past Oklahoma City. Even though it's in the last 2 spots, it still gives Upper Natoma a little bit of a bragging right. San Diego Rowing Club made a huge run at the leaders there, but they were unable to do it as St. Ignatius crosses the line first. The unofficial winner, followed by Pocock and San Diego Rowing. Then River City, Upper Natoma just getting past Oklahoma City, and that is our field finish for the 64th event in this day's work in the women's junior JV Petite final. St. Ignatius calming down, slapping hands a little bit, and congratulating themselves for a good row and a 1st place trophy for this, the Petite final.
Junior JV Petite final. We have some breakage out here in lane number 5. In the first 100 meters, if you have breakage, they'll stop the race. So lane 5, Bell and Jesuit Preparatory School has breakage. The other crews are starting to stop, and they'll